Hey, welcome everybody. This is going to be episode 1 of the Pixel Platformer. I'm Mr. T, and we're going to get right into it, starting with how do we get our project open and up and running. So you're going to open up your Unity Hub here, and you're going to go to Projects and click New Project. This version we're going to be using 2021, but any version will work. We're going to use the 2021 LTS. We're going to choose the 2D built-in render pipeline. That should suffice for this pixel art based game. As well, we're going to name this project Pixel Platformer. And no need to connect to the cloud, and just make sure you're putting your game in the folder you choose where you store all your Unity projects. For me, that's right here. And so then you're going to hit create project, but to save time, I've already got that up and running here in Unity. So this is what you should get when things first load up. I've renamed the scene to episode 1 PP. Rename yours to whatever you like, and you see in here all there is a camera so far. Now, first thing first, I always recommend clicking this and setting it to default. Make sure it gets all my options up that I like. And then I usually like to drag my game to the right, so I have my game view window for my camera. Next thing for this view, actually, we want to move away from free aspect. We want to make sure we're always working in the same resolution we plan to build this game eventually, and that'll be full HD 1920 1080. So choose that first. For now, later on, we will be bringing in some backgrounds. We won't be utilizing any skyboxes here, of course, in the 2D game, but I'm just going to switch this to black for now, and it'll work really well later with our art. This should already be set up for you with the 2D template, but make sure you are on orthographic. We don't want to have perspective here for this 2D game, and everything else should be good to go. Now, right now our scene, like I said, is essentially empty. So we're going to make some basic objects here. So you're going to right click and we're going to create a 2D object. And first thing first, we're just going to create a square. We're going to modify this to be a platform. So we're going to insert that. And now let's just call this our ground for now. Okay. And that ground, we're just going to move it down on the Y. Right about there should be good. And then we're going to increase the scale here. So I can pull this way out like so. And we got a basic platform there. For now, we'll just keep everything white. Okay, and next what we're going to create is our player. So we're going to get a 2D object, a sprite, and we're going to choose, let's do square. No, we're going to do capsule here. So there's our player, our little capsule, and we're going to rename this to player. And maybe just for a little bit of contrast, let's change the color of our player to red or any color of your choosing. And there we go. All we got is a couple objects, and all they have is a basic sprite render. Right now, nothing will happen when we press play. So let's make the ground have a physical ground to it, a collider we're going to add. So we're just going to go add component, start typing in collider, and we should see box collider. Be sure to choose the 2D version since everything we're doing in this tutorial is 2D. That's going to give us a box collider, and that's it for the ground for now. The player, though, we're going to need that as well, but we're going to add, of course, a capsule collider, 2D. So we're going to add that to our player here. And for now, we're not going to change any settings in here. We'll leave that as B. But we do want gravity to act on this player. So we need a rigid body for physics to happen in Unity. So we're going to go rigid body 2D. And the only thing we're going to fix on this is one of our constraints. Constraints right now, we're going to always freeze the Z position. Okay, or sorry, the rotation, and that's so that our capsule doesn't just fall over if due to gravity or forces. But everything else should be good to go. So if I zoom out here, let's just move my player up a little bit. And if I press play, it should fall due to gravity and rest on top of our ground, our bottom platform here. So this should load in a second or two. And let's see if everything's working. Yep, We fall down, it lands. But right now, of course, nothing's happening. I press my keys, I press arrows. We do not have anything controlling that player. And that's going to come up in our next episode. So for now, this is all we're going to need. I'm just going to quickly add a couple more platforms because later we're going to make our player move around and jump. So we need some platforms to test this. So I'm going to take my current ground and I'm just going to duplicate that. So we'll just go Control D. And we can rename this a platform. And let's take that, since it's sitting right on top of our other one, we're going to move that up. I'm going to reduce that scale back down maybe to, let's go on the X, let's change that to 4. Move it over here for now, and let's duplicate that platform and bring another one over. And let's duplicate one more and put one up top here, just so we can play around with our jump. Just going to grab our player, move it down here so it can fall nicely onto the bottom platform. Now, because I use duplicate, all these platforms already have box colliders, so we're good to go. And I'm going to stop this first episode there, and the next one we're going to get into coding so we can actually move our player around and make some things happen. All right, see you next time. Bye.